It's recording. Good morning. So, what time is it? I don't even know what time it is. It is 7:10. I've been here for about 40 minutes already, something like that. So, where to start today? I'm trying to attempt something a little bit ambitious, and I know that when I begin something like this, one thing leads to another, and before I know it, I'm tackling half a dozen things. It's a little bit like, when you was a kid, you used to have these tiny little squares with, I can't remember what they're called, and they were like, it was like the next door neighbour. Like they're caterers, and he's loading his van. It's like the fidget thing of the day. A little game. It was sort of a square with lots of little squares in it, and it had one square missing, and you could move all of them around to actually get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that kind of thing. And it was like a Rubik's Cube of the day, but smaller. I wouldn't mind one actually. I used to like playing them, and I always compare merchandising to that. When you move one thing, it allows you to move another. Then that allows you to move something else, and before you know it, you've moved everything around, and somehow you've magically created some space. And I've got to do that today because I've got a bit of a problem with my dad. Not my dad's. My dad's not the problem. I'm worried that he's starting to lose his head. When he loses his head, why? But it kicks off. But basically, what it is, when I first started selling thread, I got the budget stuff from the warehouse, and eventually I graduated to one of the premium brands called Gutermann, and I started buying the boxes, and I thought the best way to do it, because of my OCD crap, I thought, there's 900 colours, I've got to have the lot. Not realising how big 900 colours were, So little boxes, tiny little boxes. So I thought I'll start from the number one, and I'll work my way up. Every time I'll buy some, I'll buy 20 colours, and then I ended up sort of storing them in boxes here like this. Look, if I can turn this around, I'll show you. Hold on. And I'll turn it around again. Why is that going down there? Here, these. Where are you? No. Why is it doing that? There, that. These little boxes, right? And I've got 3 of them. And let me bring you back around. As you can see, they're on the floor, in the way. Every time I get a sale, I have to go lift them boxes out the way and shift them and look for a colour number and get them out. I had a girl in here yesterday to buy some. Student from the university, she walks all the way down here, and I had to get them out, and it was just unprofessional. And it's not convenient, and it's wasting space. So I thought, I'll get one of the cabinets. And the cabinets, it turns out that the cabinets, right, are free. And I didn't know it. But you've got to buy the cabinet, not full of thread, 3 deep, 3 reels of each colour. That's it. So you just buy the thread. That's stupid. So here's an example. I bought these. This was when I realised it. I bought these. I'll show you. Hold on. These. There's one. There's a second one, right? And they're sort of mini ones, and they tucked in nicely there. But I've bought another 2. One has 80 in it, and another one that has the same size as that. But the problem is, I thought that I could get them all up there. I might still be able to. I need to go and measure it and check. It would be a good spot to put them, to be honest with you, because they'd sort of all be next to each other. But when they arrived, I just dumped them here. Look, here, there they are. You see, 2 of them, and of course they're right behind where my dad works. He works right in this spot here, and there's stuff behind it on the shelf, and he has to move them. They're quite heavy, and he's starting. Every time he's moved them a couple of times, but now I can tell he's starting to lose his patience with it. He won't criticise me or anything. He'll just fucking swear. He'll swear. It'll be like, and I can't use the words. I can't use the words because it'll be offensive. I'm trying not to swear, but it's hard when you're the son of an Irishman. No disrespect to the Irish, but and my dad was a rough and ready working man, and he worked 7 days a week for 50 years. I mean, he was a proper grafter, my dad, right? He was a foreman and everything, and he knew his game, and he was a top class painter. But he wasn't the painting that he was good at. He was a climber. He was a still fighter. he'd go up into factory roofs, you know, he'd drink 20 pints a night with all the lads in the Temple Bar and the Windsor in Birmingham. 20 pints a night. I mean, that's a proper hard Irish pub, you know, 20 nights. Full of scaffolders and painters. So you imagine the scaffolders, you know, they're solid. They're all in there. They had days graft. They work to drink. And the next morning, my dad would be up in a factory roof, you know, 60, 70, 80 foot up in the air, walking across a beam. You know what I mean? With in those days, no safety at all. He had no fear of heights. So he could basically climb as a climber, my dad. And he would do work that not many people could do. And so he'd get a premium. And that's the premium would pay for his drink. Somebody said that pint is going up to £5 a pint. I said, Dad, how would you do it if you were 40 today? You know, £5 a pint. You're doing 20 pints a night. That's like 100 quid a night. You do it 7 days a week, Dad. That's 700 quid a week. How could you do it? He said, you couldn't. Anyway, so I've got to unbox those threads there. The problem I've got is that I thought you could fit it in here. And I've cleared this space, and I don't think it can. Or you might be able to, I don't know. But they're fairly heavy, and once I've got to get it in there, I've got to slide it in. If it don't fit in there, I've got to basically remove some of these and put those in there. But it's a bit of a waste of space. That's the problem with those. And that's the problem. I don't want to go down that blooming rabbit hole, because once I go down it, I can't stop until I've solved the problem. And it's going to create a bloody mess. So, but it's got to be done because of me. I don't want the in front of me old fella, because he starts trying to move it, and it upsets him, and I don't like seeing him upset, because he's 83 now. You know what I mean? I have to send Nick round there, and I have to tell him off to leave it so I can do it, and he starts effing and being at me, and because he's very independent. But so I'm going to try some. Arthritis in my shoulder, man. So I don't know what to do first, really. I think I should try and fit it in there, because if it might sort of go in angle sideways, I have to reposition it, and then anyway, I've got to do some measuring to measure. I've got to measure. So I know it says that it's 71.4 centimetres. 71.4 centimetres. 72 centimetres. Will actually go in there. There's an IKEA. 72. Oh no, yeah, it will fit in that way, but it won't fit in the height. That's it. So I made Rick there thinking that it could. It just won't go in there, so I have no choice but to move some of these in there. I would have liked to have put it up there, but my dad's got the scaffolding fittings, so you know the ends of the bolts, and that would prevent. I'd lose a bit of space. So it needs to be free, clean, clear space, and the best one for it is here. But I've got to put it here. So let's put it here. If I get one here, the big one, that's that problem solved. I can move two though. Yeah. I think I will. 72 that I said. 72. No, 72 is that much there. Right. I can move a whole about here, so that's what I'll do. I will be able to get it there. So, right. Righty-ho, let's start with this. Let's move this out of the way. I know you don't want to watch this, but what I shall do, I shall speed it up. Is this a good place to put it? Let's put it back a bit there. Right, okay, so let's see what's what. If I put those there, right, and I put those there, and I put those there. Okay. Okay, I feel like I'm winning. Yeah, something's working. You know, one of the videos that I wanted to make for my haberdashery to the products, I've got another channel you see for my thread and trimmings. I'm trying to work on that. I've made some test videos over the years, and I've had one video got 14,000 views. It's like, you know, these things on the end. It's called a zip puller, that there. And sometimes they break off. So you got the slider that goes up and down, but you've got nothing to pull it. So we sell replacement pullers, but they're slightly fidgety. And I was often getting people buying them, and then they were writing back and saying, "How do you use this?" So I made a video. I thought the best way to make the video was an aerial video with the camera is in the air, videoing down, and they can see my hands, right? So I thought, how do I? So I bought these little brackets and bits and pieces, and I thought I'm going to get one of those. There's got to be a stand. I looked around, and they are available, but they're over 200 quid. I said, I ain't bloody paying that. Beggar him, he said, no. So I thought I'll make my own stand. I'll make my own stand out of scaffolding. So I knocked up. These are the here. This is the base, right? This is the base of one, and the idea is the scaffolding. It's not scaffolding. Pallets. I've got 2 pieces of pallets. They basically slot in there. This is it. It's on the floor, and then it's got holes in it higher up. And I put in a wardrobe you have the bar that goes across, round steel bar. Put one of them across. So I had 2 uprights either side and a bar across it, and then I could attach my GoPro camera or whatever, my phone, so it's got an aerial shot. And I made it. The only thing is it takes a big footprint, but it did work and it was cheap. It took me all afternoon to make that. So, yeah. I don't tell me Dad. He likes the idea, but he'll start inspecting me work and slagging it. You know what I mean? So I didn't tell him. So it's still functional. But where am I going to put these in? All right, I'll put them here. I'll put them there. For the time being. Okay, so got a bit of an empty space here. I've got these though. I need that out of the way. Let's put them there. Put them there. Right. Put them there. I keep the cardboard boxes because my dad likes them. He likes to cut them up because he can wind things around them, you know, because we measure. We might have a 200 metre roll and the customer only wants 10 metres, so we measure 10 metres off the roll and wrap it around a bit of card and send it through large letter. He needs cards to do it, so you'll be happy with that. Oh, it's on the floor. Okay, so, abracadabra, 2 spaces. So that means I can get 2, 4, and I've got 5 there. But initially I need to move 2, and 2 of those over there. But I'm going to have a problem because okay. Buttons. So these are leather look coat buttons. Okay. So let's see what goes on now. Ladies, coat buttons. Right, so there's there. Leather look coat buttons. Okay. You see, you'd be impressed with this. This is my Drek pile. I've got a kind of like work. It's full of ends of rolls and things like that. Don't know if you can see it. Let's have a look. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah. See all that there? Not my belly. This is on wheels. So let's come back up. Come on. There you go. So I can move this. But why do you want to do that? Because I need to get to that. So it needs to move. This is going to. So what I'll do. This one's also on wheels, right? Look. I'll put the. You get Aldi. They have like a board with wheels on it. You buy them, and I put these cabinets on it. So let's get this out of the way. can put this, what's that? This, you know, let's put this balsa fabric in there. Actually, let's put it over here then. Put it there. So if I move that there, the sweeper. Okay, so what are you thinking now, Mart? Yeah, I need to get to that. And I need to get to that. Right. Okay, so what are you doing now then? Well, no. I think I can only get two. They're too high. Waste of space. So what are you talking about? Once you've got that, yeah. See, once I've got the new cabinet here, then I can put one of these on top. So that solves that problem. There's an argument to say then to put all the cabinets along here, but it's whether or not they'll fit. Let's just quickly measure. They're 39 centimetres, I've got 3 of them. 3/4, 120, plus the 72, 120, 170, 180, 192. 192 centimetres. That's 1.9 metres, isn't it? They're that long. Oh, I don't know. Let's just see. No. No, too long, way too long. But I could get. What did I say they were? 120. 120. So, 1.2 metres. No. I could get 3 of them in, but then I would have. Yeah, what's that one? What are you thinking? I could do the other combination. I could get a 72. Yeah. 72 and a, what was it? A 72 and a 32, wasn't it? 72 and 30. 75. 105. One, just over. So there. Oh, I think I got the answer. Right. We shall have a go. Yeah, it would make sense to have the 2 of them side by side here because they're both polyester threads, sewing threads. Those over there are speciality threads. They're extra strong threads, and things like linen thread and tacking thread and elastic thread and glitter thread. They're speciality ones. Well, I'm thirsty this morning, so let's keep moving. I need to move those up. So once I get this done, if we get done quickly, there's a massive, once I've got it in, there's a massive piece of work because there's loads of colours that aren't even on the website, and then I've got to move all those boxes into it's going to take quite a while, but once I achieve it, it's going to allow me to actually make videos about it to target my buying customers on my other channel. And if people do come, it's going to be easy for me to pick. It's going to save me time. So this is why I've got to get on and do it. It's going to stop irritating my dad. Plus, I also think it'll make a nice backdrop when I'm making videos, you know. So let's just see what happens. We'll move these. Okay. All right, mate. Hey. All right. Ow, that's a heavy one. Wow, heavy. Okay. All right, Batman. Okay, okay. 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 So far so good. So far, clearly I could put right. You see, I've got two fair level. Okay, so they're a little bit shaky, you know. Can you see? See the idea. I've got a desk here, and this is one of these standing on the desk. It's high up, and I don't end up using the shelf space up there. So the idea was to get rid of this desk, have a small works desk there, drop those down, and then fill them with fabric bolts. Should allow me to buy another 100 bolts, and that would expand my portfolio of fabric, and it allow me to actually merchandise and sell off some old slow moving signs, and allow me to move into the live selling. That's where I want to be, you see. That's what Gary Vee says, that in the future, if you're not able to sell live selling online, you're going to find it very, very, very difficult to actually get exposure to your listings on your own site or even eBay and that, because they you know, you're going to have to pay for it. But the live selling is going to be something that you can just go live with, and if you've built yourself an audience in that segment, you've got and you're the right kind of price, you'll get people who buy from you live. You take the orders live. I really want to try it, because when I was a kid, you can see I can talk a bit. I can talk crap, but you know, when I was a kid, I used to work on the markets, and I was very used to talking to people face to face. And you know, in those days, we used to shout out, "Ladies and gentlemen, what did I say? Cottons, needles, lace, and elastic for your knickers." Those days, you could say things like that. I don't know if you can say it. I can say it anyway, but it switches people off. In those days, they used to go, "Oh, cheeky." You know what I mean? Now people get offended by it. Figure, I don't understand it myself. Is it gonna stop me from doing it because people get offended? Well, I don't want to offend people, but you know, I don't want to be. You know, they're being offended offends me. I get offended by them being offended. Anyway, so right, let's see if we can get it in there then, lads. So I'm going to bring you over here. See, that's got to move back. Okay, I could tuck that down there because I do need free access. Let's move this out of the way. Right. Come on, son. Come on. That's it. Go on. Up you go. Right. Yes, there you can see. My dad was right. My dad insisted that I get these things on wheels, and at first I didn't think I needed them, but he was bloody right. You know why? Because when he was on the job and everything, he would have something like that. He'd pull things along. He'd put the time in the hard work into actually lifting things on there, because once it's on there, he can just move everything about. He's all for him. He's often right, my dad. Often right. With practical things, but you know, I'm also right. So, okay, let's see if. Would it be better to put you somewhere else so that you've got an aerial view? But then you can't get. I haven't got any height. I could put it here. Okay, I'll put that there maybe, and I'll bring it down. There you go. So, I like a bit of incense like that. You know, oh, you see my belly's gone down a bit. I've been on a keto diet for the last, because I also think that a little bit of my inactivity, it comes from being overweight, get too tired quickly, and so and I'm pre-diabetic and all that kind of thing. So I tried keto back in 2023, and I lost about 1.5 stones in the space of about six weeks. It was amazing. My next door neighbour started at the same time as me. He carried on with it, and he was a big fella because he worked in a chip shop. The Greeks you see next door, Greek Cypriot, great, nice family, and he's lost loads of weight, skinny as anything he is now. So I thought I'll give it another go. So let's see what's what. Is this one? It's the big one I want to try. So what am I going to do? Okay, let's move this out of the way. So my dad's chair. That there. Right. I need a bit of. If I push everything down there, it's going to knock everything on the other side. No way. That should go somewhere. Rightio. So, it's quite heavy. Ooh. Okay. Where's the pen knife? Where's the pen knife? Oh, it is. Swiss Army knife. I wonder how they became famous. Like this. Maybe the... Okay. What's balancing on the end here? I don't like that. Oh. Oh. So where's the thread? Oh, it's all... Oh. So I don't even know what colours they are. They reckon they're the 8... There's 80 colours in here, so there's 80 colours. The 80 popular colours they consider them to be. And I've already bought stuff down there, so some of them are repeats of what I've got. Others that I've got won't be in here, so I'm still going to have a legacy problem. I'm going to sell them off, which will be a good thing for me to actually go on and do a live thing with it and social media posts and create a bit of noise about it, you know. That's what I thought. So this is for measurements and stuff. That's a good card. My dad will want that. Single board card is perfect for wrapping bits of... That's interesting, isn't it? This is paper, sticky paper. That's environmentally friendly. You see, 5 years ago I didn't give a crap about it, but there's so much noise being made about plastic. And my sister got a bit of problem with, you know, ladies' problem with cancer and that. She's also all right now. My dad had cancer as well during COVID. They had cancer of the kidney. We had to go around to several hospitals and everything. Eventually they did the treatment, so they said if you want it to be 100% cured, cut it out. So we cut it out. My dad was in a lot of pain, but he made a recovery. He's fine with it. Occasionally he gets a bit of pain in his back and everything, but you know, my sister won't touch plastic because, you know, those those faux leather jackets I've got up there. I said, oh yeah, I'll have one of them. She won't even touch plastic. She's gone completely natural, and so he got me thinking about the plastics that we're touching and drinking from and all that kind of stuff. And here, you know, this is interesting. I've got to show my dad that. I want to keep a bit of that and see if I can find it. I'll put it there. That would probably do the job for what I'm do. But then you can make claims, can't you, that we're environmentally considerate, that kind of thing. I want to get some. I'll do another little video on this because I'm going to digress. Here's some cardboard that my dad will like. We keep that there. That's where his cardboard goes. It's protective things. Keep the knife out of the way. those out there. Now, what am I going to do now? How am I going to do this? This is going to be... Think this through. How are you going to get it from there to there without all these reels of thread falling out? Well, you've got a clear access. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put you over here. Because when you're trying to make videos, you've got to think of these things. Right? Let's see what happens. I've got to get that from there to here. Clear that table. You can get, yes. You can rest it on there. Okay. This is like what I was telling you about earlier, that game. What's it called? I've got to find out. Okay, Google. Can you show me a picture of a finger game that they used to use in the 80s? We had about 9 squares and you would move them around. Let's see if I can find it.
Have a look at these pictures.
No. View all. Yes, here it is. This is what I'm on about. These. Do you remember them? You see, if you're a kid looking at this, if you say under 20, you've probably never seen one of them in your life. But that's what we used to do, and that was the mobile phone, not the mobile phone, but the fidget thing of the day. You would sit there in the back of a car playing that on the way down to Devon or something. You'd get hours of fun of it. You'd spend like 5 minutes to solve the problem. You get it all in order, and then you'd mess it all up and start all over again. And after maybe 20 attempts or something, you'd be bored. But that was a pocket money toy that people used to give you. You know what I mean? Remember them? What they're called? A sliding puzzle. You know, there's other pictures of them. Remember them? Anyway, moving things around, I always compare it to that. But the beauty and overall, I call it merchandising. And when you merchandise, you manufacture space. That's been my experience over the years. In fact, when I first left school, my nan got me a job here working in the warehouse selling his haberdashery, and the fellow that owned the business, Joe, he was maybe over 70 then. I often compare myself to him now. I'm sort of in my 60s, 50 or late 50s, I'm 60 this year. And he used to stand there, and he'd have me going up and down the ladders and moving things around on the shelves, and he would say, move that back. I'd move everything from one shelf over to another shelf. And then he'd say, when we finished that, he'd say, okay, move that back, move it back, move it back, move it back. And I was saying, what the fuck? WTF? I said, Joe, I just moved it. He said, yeah, just move it back. I move it back, and then he said, now move that into that space. Like he'd be playing that game, the moving squares, sliding squares. And it used to amaze me, because by the end of it, right, he'd free up a whole shelf. And I thought, how did he do that? So I know from experience that it can be done. That's why I do it. But we need to do more of it. Okay, so yeah, I was going to move this out of the way here. Move this out of the way, because then I'll have something to land that box when I bring it over. Move that out of the way. Right. I thought about being a taxi driver when I was, you know, when an eBay cancelled all my sales, I had to look for a job. I ended up getting a job as a bus driver, working for National Express, picking up the kids in the morning, dropping them off at night. It was great. I loved it. But the contract came to an end. But I also thought about being a taxi driver. John, if you remember, I spoke to you about it. I'm still hoping to do it. To do it, you had to get well, I could have gone with the Birmingham City Council, but they were so inefficient. But the Wolverhampton Council are completely killing it, you know what I mean? So I thought I'd go and get a Wolverhampton licence. And when I went out there to sit the test, I've passed the test, I got it. So I've just got to go to the next stage. It's whether or not I want to be a taxi driver. I walked around the local market there, because it's in Bilston. And I'm walking around and I bought these little hats. They're okay, but I don't like the back bit here. But they keep my head warm. And this was one like that. My dad slagged me the other day with my hats with this one. He says I look stupid. I said, what? I said, okay. I said, my granddad used to wear one. He said he did not.
because he knew my granddad well. My granddad died when I was 6 months old, but I saw, somehow there was a hat of his that floated around the house for 20 years. So I used to have my claim that he used to wear a peak cap, and my dad said he didn't. That's my mum's dad, not his. But I thought, since my dad was there, and he was adamant. Right. Okay, what's that? Okay. You ready? Fun and games? Okay. You can hear all the reds, the thrills now. Listen. Hear that? Okay. Okay. Woohoo! Pretty. Pretty good. Okay. 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 Come on, son. Oh. I need to move that out of the way. There. There, you've got an extra inch. That's better. Okay. 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 Actually, ooh. Right. Now then. You ready? Looks quite good actually. It's impressive. It's beautiful actually. It's like a rainbow. Okay. Okay, mate. Come on. No, you need to do something like that. And then, no. This is a two-man job, but I know what I need. This is what I need. These little things, you know these? Hold on, let's see. Here, these. That's also on wheels. Great little thing, right? I tried to I've got two of them, but I tried to find another, but I don't think they're making them anymore. Okay. I'm figuring that if I get that there, onto that. Yeah, there you go. Right. Come on, Mart, you can do it. When I was younger, I got the power. Arthritis and everything. Oh, man. Okay, come on, son. 39, 40 minutes. Bloody hell. Okay, come on. Oh, yes. And how? Go on, son. Right to the end. Oh, you little beauty. What do you think? Right, we've got one more space here. So I need to move this. You see, the other thing is, I don't know what you think about this. I always thought I wanted to go back on the markets. but I wanted something that allowed me to roll up and set up very, very quickly. And so I kind of thought that if I had these kind of things on wheels as well, that I could wheel them up on a Luton van and wheel them off. And these boxes, that they could go on the end of the stall and I could stack them up, create kind of a haberdashery cabinet. And at the end of the, I could basically then take these boxes out and then put them on the counter for people to mooch through, and then these would create shelves that I could put rolls in or little knickknacks in or whatever. What do you do that? I'm gonna do a mock-up one day and see, because somebody suggested in one of the posts to go and do a car boot, and I thought he's probably right. If I could get a nice little car boot set up going, little stall that I've got, get a van, do a regular Sunday market and a Sunday car boot somewhere, it'd be nice. But they only do it through, summer months, but Mars, you don't want to be standing in the winter. You haven't got the tolerance for the cold anymore. Right, so I've got the same thing to do now with another little box here. So if I put that back there, right, there you go, okay. See these cardboard, this is a double wall cardboard box, this is. I've had the my dad will be pleased, because he's been fighting it for a couple of weeks, you see. I ordered it from his supplier around about October last year, but he was moving the premises, so he didn't fulfil this order until a couple of weeks ago, once he completed his move. So there you go. Okay. This one's going to be easy. Oh, it's still heavy. Okay. Happy days. It's all the fun of the fair, isn't it? It's all the fun of the fair. It's like eBay's like the fun of the fair, isn't it? Roller coaster ride, up and down, roll up for up and down, roll up. High sales, low sales. I wish the algorithm would just keep it consistent. That's what I want in business. It's nice to have a good day, a spike every now and then, but I don't like the dips. They cause unnecessary anxiety. But Mark, that's what it would be on the high street. If that's all you had in the high street, you'd have the same kind of problem. But there's a lot less merchandising involved in the high street. You just put your stuff there and you've got a nice shop and everything. The retail experience, people come in and they buy. If they don't come in and buy, you go out in the street, don't you? And you dress up like a clown to get them to come in. Or you create deals, whatever. But okay, mate, okay. This one for some reason feels heavier. Is it me? Okay, right. So, same deal. Let's get rid of them. Oh, there's one come out there. Two come out. That's because my dad was moving them about, you see, I could hear things moving. So, oh dear. Okay. Oh. Ah! All right, mate. Oh, my knee. Ow. Okay. So let's move you back over there. Okay. This should be relatively straightforward. This one. Okay, here I come. Okay. What do you think? It's a little bit uneven there, but that's to be expected. I could still probably get one there, and I'll leave them there. What I've got to try and do is find something to fit it up in here. Can't go any more that way, or that way. Mission accomplished. Now everything's displaced. I can basically start putting. I can put these back up like that. Can I? Yeah, there you go. So I can get these out of the way. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Pudding and pie. Hold on. I've got a load of lids around there somewhere. I can't find them, but I need to put them on here then. Okay. Let's put that around there. Okay. Oh. Okay, mate. Okay. Oh, Batman. Okay. 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 Okay, mate. Right. Just to see. Oh, there's those. Okay, I found them. The lids I was talking about. Here they are. These from IKEA, you know. Do I want to put? No, I want to fit in it because that's the problem. That's why I've got them floating around, because some of the boxes are bursting at the seams. They won't allow the lid to fit on. Anyway, the objective was to get to this particular stage, free up that space for me, for poor old fella. Job done. All I've got to do is move all this back and everything, and I can get onto. Gary V, the guru I was talking about. He says people come to him. I'm not selling. My sales are down on the platforms, and my shop's not getting any. My Instagram account's not getting any views. And he says, "Do you do any posting?" And they all go, "I do once." How often? He says, "Once a month." Not enough. Every day. Every day you got to. He said it's tough. It's challenging. You got to make videos, create posts, go on Canva. You got to make them, and you got to do it every single day. So I thought, no, he's right. If you're not prepared to go through that pain, you can't get the gain. So I went on. I did a social media course. A fantastic course. It was free to anybody that lived in the Midlands or the Northwest. It was when Boris was in power. They'd approved a spend, and this company, what was it called? Something digital for all or something like that. They're probably still going. And I once you sort of search for something once, or I expressed an interest on a Facebook post, and then they haunt you, don't they? And one day I clicked on the link and I went and read it, and it sounded too good to be true.
But I saw some testimonials, and I rang up the guy and had a chat with him. He said, no, this is the deal. He said, it's an 8-week course, 2 hours a night, Monday to Thursday. You commit to it. It's on Zoom, and we take you through the entire social media revolution. Every single platform out there, we investigate it. We give you a high-level overview. You complete the course for 8 weeks, and it's have a value of £3,000, which they receive from the government, but they only get it if I complete the course. So they're on your case, right? They don't let you, they not harass you. Well, they do. They harass you to complete the course because they don't get paid otherwise. Great deal. It's for unemployed or anyone that's employed or self-employed, as long as you're in the Northwest and the Midlands. Great. I went on it. It opened my eyes, but by the 6th week, I was crying because there's so much. I thought, I can't even run my own bloody business. How can I do all that as well? Anyway, I learned the meta thing, when I went into it yesterday, meta, and I saw you create a post. Mine's a little video, and uploaded it onto Instagram and my Facebook page. I got about 20, 30 people reach, few likes, no comments or anything like that. It was a crap video. But then I went in and the following day I went in and did a post on some new arrivals, some fabric that I got, fat quarter bundles. And I put them out, and I programmed it to go out at 5 o'clock for Instagram and 6 o'clock for Facebook, all the other way around, because you can program it. I thought, that's good. So I could sit at the screen for like 2 hours. I could do one for every single day and program it to go out at that time for a month. So I'm going to try and do it. I've got to find a couple of hours to do that. But that takes care of that commitment. But that's only 2 platforms. He said, don't piss in the wind with just 2 platforms. You've got to do them all. So he mentioned Snapchat, and I've got to go and check out what's available. But I've got YouTube, I've got Snapchat, I've got whatever I do, whether it's a video or it's a post, you've got to try and get it on all the platforms every single day for a month. If you don't do that, he says at the end of it, when you've done that, come back and talk to me, because when you've got some data from that endeavour, then I can give you some advice, because I can tell you what it is that the customers are saying or they're doing. And say, if there's a particular style of post that you're putting out there, you're just not getting any traction or you're getting any likes or anything. He said, it's clear, Lee, don't do it, but look to see what works, and if you get do more of that. That's I know all the theory, but if it's only just theory and there's no action, you deserve everything that's coming to you. Really, you've got to act. You've got to get the action habit, and that's my problem really. Especially when I went through the winter, just wrap myself in a bloody blanket and moan. No sound. But that's my problem, that's what I've got to do with myself. Sort myself out. Anyway, so listen, I'm going to let you get on, because I've got to get on to the next stage. We'll do a bit of a tidying up, and then I've got to just get on and do some work, proper work. So thank you very much for tuning in. Give me some advice, feedback, likes, dislikes, whatever. And I'll check in with you later. Bye. No, I don't want to do that. Andy, stop it then.